How's it going, you bunch of misfits, and welcome to my first Fallout 76 video, the first of many. I've got a lot of content planned for this game, and overall I'm actually really enjoying it. Now, there's a few things I don't like, but I'm not about to add to the YouTube Fallout 76 rant train. You know, there's enough impression videos out there, we're not adding to it. So, this base is big, it doesn't cost a lot, if you keep it small, it won't affect your budget meter much at all, and it tears NPCs apart. There's a few NPCs that it does tend to struggle with, but, well, I say struggle, it's a bit more difficult. But overall, it's a good base.
Nice. Is that your house? Looks pretty good. Cool design. Mine's a bit rubbish compared to that.
If that
It
makes
looks
sense. Oh, cheers, man. That was my first actual interaction on Fallout 76 with another player, so it's nice that you come along and appreciated the base. It was pretty cool, so kind of funny, but yeah, it was nice that you liked it. Anyway, so we're building the base not too far from the airfield. I did want to build on the airfield because of the flat surface. However, you can't because there's a workshop there. So for PvP reasons, I'm going to guess you're not allowed to build there. But this is close enough and flat enough. But, you know, in true Fallout fashion, the moment you start building, you start getting attacked. So a bunch of mongrels come out of nowhere and started attacking me. This is when I was like, I should have just put the turret down and just let it chew these apart. But yeah, I kind of didn't because I was an idiot. But we killed them, so it's fine. Now you're probably going to be questioning why I'm building this way, but the way I figured it, because I didn't play the beta, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, just correct me in the comment section. Now, you can build in a circle from the center of the camp, right? Now, if I build around the camp and then move it once the foundations are down, I've basically built perfectly in the center. That was my theory, and I like to build in the center because overall it's going to give me more space to work with in the future, right? That was my thinking. Again, I could be wrong. So that's why I've done it. So if you're wondering why I'm building in a weird way, that's why. Now, obviously, as you can tell, I haven't actually progressed through the story that much at all in this game because I haven't unlocked, like, anything really. I've got wood and that's it. Obviously I want the metal, concrete's the end game goal, you know, god tier, but we're not going to get there yet. But as we progress through the story and start unlocking stuff, I'm going to modify this base, change it around. I've got loads of designs that I want to work with and want to show you guys, but obviously that's going to take a bit of time and a lot of farming. I do actually know some good farm spots as well, so that's going to be content for other videos that I'm going to show you guys, some great farm spots and great ways to like obtain materials and resources fairly quick and in like decent numbers. Now you're probably thinking, is this base actually good? Is it going to provide good defense? Is, you know, all the questions, so I'm going to answer it now. It's massive on the inside. It's got more than enough room. It depends how high you want to build it. I've gone 2 to 3 stories high, so depending on how big you want it, go nuts, go wild. But overall, inside, it is huge. Like, you get more than enough room, and you can expand on that if you want to. In terms of defense, the only time this base had any sort of issue, let's say remote issue, was against a pack of level 20 super mutants that were a bit more organized than normal super mutants. Like they're a bit more accurate at their shots, but the base tore them down. So in terms of like killing NPCs and enemies, I've not struggled with this base yet. I'm sure I will in the future though. The only other thing I don't like, right, as you've just seen, you have to put a roof down because you can't, there's no, like, in Fallout 4 you had the upper foundation, which was a floor with a roof underneath it that you could build, right? You can't just put floors down on this game for some reason, but there's like a, not a glitch, well, it is a glitch, let's not lie, it is a glitch. You have to literally put the floor into the roof, and then you can make floor as, like, the ceiling. Otherwise you're stuck with, one tier or one level building, which nobody's going to want. I mean, I'm going to be building towers in this game. You guys know what I'm like. It's going to happen. So you have to do that, and then when you hover over the roof again, you can store the roof in your workbench. I don't know why it's like this. That's the only thing that's irked me about base building. I just hope they add more to the game. I mean, I know this game's not primarily about base building, but it'd be nice if they, you know, do what they did in Fallout 4 and had like a lot of options. So that's it. Now you literally repeat this process till you're as high as you want to get, really. It's that simple. Like I said, I went 2 to 3 stories high, and then you use the mini sort of wooden planks, wooden flooring, the mini ones, as like a walkway or the outside where you're going to put your turrets. The only issue I found with this, though, is no fencing. There's no fencing in this game, especially, well, fencing that clips anyway, should I say. Fencing that clips to like wooden floors. So you have to be careful if you're going really high and you've got no fencing or anything around. You could end up walking off and dying, which you don't want to do, obviously. So just be careful and be mindful of that. Now this base is actually really good for XP and loot farming. So once you built it, you can move it to like a highly dense area depending on the levels and all that kind of stuff. But basically right now I'm right close to a city or a town. And all I'm doing is clearing out the area, letting the mobs respawn and clearing it out again. And it's just really good for loot and XP. I mean, I wouldn't be able to give you like an exact number per hour, but in terms of resources, I'm doing pretty well for resources now. Obviously, if you get stuck or the NPCs don't respawn quick enough for you, you can always leave the world and re-enter, and they should basically be respawned. But it's great for that, you know, keep moving it to new areas, plonk it down, kill everything in the vicinity, loot, rinse, repeat, and there you go, which is a great way. But like I said, you've got to be careful of enemies that are a bit more intelligent. Like the super mutant pack that I come across were more accurate in their shots than regular super mutants, so they did do a bit of damage to my turrets, so you've got to be careful there, and you've got to be able to support your turrets. But apart from that, it just chomps enemies into mincemeat, which is brilliant. The only sad thing that I was more gutted about this game was the settlement size more than anything. I was hoping that it would be a lot bigger, or you could do the gun drop glitch to have an unlimited size. I mean, I get why you can't, because it's an online game. You're not going to want that in an online game. You don't want to be lagging it out. But I wanted to build a settlement city, but obviously that's not the case. I'm not going to be able to do that. This is what I was talking about earlier though, the fences. They don't want to clip. I'm not sure why. I need to do some more experimenting. In terms of glitching, in order to get it to work, I don't want to have to do that, because glitching starts leading to errors and problems, and I don't want to start having detrimental effects on the servers for other players, because it's a bit selfish and unfair, so I'm not going to be doing that. I don't mind the odd little glitch here and there, like the roof and floor sort of issue, because there's no way around it, but I don't want to be starting to mess around with the game completely like that. But I'm going to have to figure it out. I'll have to just get loads of resources and just get right into it, basically. I'm sure there's a way for it to clip, but the way it looks, it kind of looks like you would just put random bits of fencing around your base, kind of like a scattered like little raider settlement. I don't think it's supposed to be like symmetrical or, you know, decent and clipping together perfectly to make like an aesthetic looking base. I don't think that is the purpose, but either way, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry about it. No point crying over spilt milk. I need to progress through the story though, because I'm missing a lot of materials. See, this clips, they clip, but they're too big. The turret can't shoot over that unless... No, because that's not going to work either. I was thinking unless I build like some stairs onto like a platform, but if it's not clipping, it's just not going to work, is it? I need to invest more time into building, but what I need to do more than anything is progress through the story, unlock some stuff, do some resources, go and farm a lot of resources, and then I'll be able to like basically mess around. The only issue is when you store items into your workbench, it still counts as towards your budget, and if you want to place it back down, it costs you resources again, but it costs half, which is, in my opinion, a bit scumbaggy, but hey, it is what it is, right? You know. But that means if you want to use them for a future build, say if I wanted to make like a future build video, I'm gonna have to basically delete it. If I'm making a new build, I'm gonna have to alternate, so I'm gonna need a ton of resources, which isn't actually a problem. And like I said, I've got a resource video coming out soon for you guys, because I know how to farm a decent amount of resources in a decent amount of time. You know, like nuclear material, circuitry, steel, wood, all that good stuff. So I'll be providing some videos for you guys. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video. Do you like the base design? Any criticism? I'm not fleshing this out because I'm not actually going to use this base at all. I've got a design that I want to use for myself personally. I know you can blueprint, so what I'll do is I'll blueprint my base design and then delete it for other build videos. But as a general template for you guys to use, like I said, it's a great little starter base. It's massive. It's got a lot of room. You can do a lot with it. Obviously, you don't want to go too high because it will start destroying your budget meter, but apart from that, I think it's alright. You know, it's decent. It provides good defense though, and once you unlock the level 2 turrets, they are just going to turn NPCs into mincemeat. Like, anyone that starts attacking your base is just going to get absolutely destroyed. I'm not sure how this would fare up in PvP though. if the player's decent, they're going to take out your turrets. I've always said that, you know, either with VATS or with like good shots, and depending on, you know, they could even have a missile launcher as a weapon. But generally speaking, once they start firing at someone, they should chunk them down. So in PvP, I could imagine an average player would probably get absolutely destroyed by this base. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong though. I mean, if it was me attacking this base, I wouldn't die to it. Just because of where it's situated, I'd hide, you know, peek round corners, all that stuff. You know what you're doing. I don't have to teach you how to suck eggs. So you know how to counter this base. But for loot farming, for XP farming, this pretty much meets all your needs. In terms of PvP, probably not. But then again, in terms of PvP, I don't really think a base is going to help you out. I think it's just one of those things on this game. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the template, as I said before. And I'll see you on the next Fallout 76 video. Cheers for watching, guys. Peace!